Hey guys, I'm Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I want to talk to you about the prices of metals. As of this filming, we're in February of 2020, and this is something I don't talk about a lot. Some of you know me just for coins and coin collecting, but of course, our shop, Old Pueblo Coin, actually buys and sells bullion as well. A lot of coin dealers deal with bullion as well as collector coins. And the last year has been a real big movement up for the metals market. So I get asked a lot where the metals are going to go or not go. And my response is pretty much always the same. I don't know. I don't view metals as an investment, even though I deal in them. I view it as insurance. I view it as something that you should put money aside into for a savings account and for an inheritance for your family and as a hedge against types of inflation. But having said that, it's really been in quite a bullish market for the last year or so. Gold a year ago was about 1,300. Today it's about 1,675. That's a 28% increase in a year's time. Silver was in the 1,450 range about a year ago, and it's running about 1,850 right now. So it's up about 16% or so. And platinum Platinum's interesting. Platinum is only up about 10%. It was running about 850. Now it's about 950. Platinum definitely seems like a buy compared to some of the other metals. It's harder to locate, I find, and it is also something that has not really increased in value as much as the other metals. Palladium is kind of crazy, right? Palladium was about 1,600 with a low of about 1,250, and it's up about 56%. It's running $2,500 an ounce right now. But the craziest thing is rhodium, which most of you will never deal in rhodium, right? I mean, it's not something that we've dealt in. 60 days ago, rhodium was $5,500 an ounce. Today, it's $11,000 an ounce. It has doubled in price in 2 months, which no one seems to know why or how it's done that. And oh, by the way, over the last year, it was $2,200, so it's gone up almost fivefold what it was, a year ago. But having said all that, what are you going to do with your money if you're buying metals? Where are you going to put it? I would consider platinum. I always like silver because it's inexpensive. It's the poor man's metal, which is what most of us are. And then, but the other big discussion to have in regards to metals is what'll happen when the metals get really out of control. Because this is a question I get all the time. If silver goes to $200 an ounce, are you going to buy it? Well, my answer is, well, yes, but at what level? I don't know. It depends on the market and the market volatility. And rhodium, a metal that most of us have never really dealt with, is a perfect example uh, of this because so right now at $11,000 an ounce, a lot of the major buyers are not buying. So like if you look at APMEX or Monex, I called them up and they said, no, we're not buying right now, which is fascinating because that's what people are afraid of when they see gold or silver go crazy high, that there won't be buyers. I have called around and found some buyers. Here's what's going to happen though, is you're going to see levels where if metals shoot up quickly, you'll see the buyback numbers be a lot softer. In other words, you may be used to only getting 2%, 3%, 4% off your price of metal when you sell. You may see 10 or 15% off the price of your metal when you go to sell if the metal goes up really quickly. If you're in a stable market, if gold goes to $9,000 an ounce, but it does it over the next 15 years, that's very different than if gold goes to $9,000 an ounce after gets elected, right? I mean, if you fill in the blank, whoever you think is going to be worse for the economy, right? So, but we'll see what happens when the metals go up more and more, and if they go quickly, what those buy sell spreads do. The other thing that can happen is if when you see volatility, it also creates different types of market demands that can create surpluses and shortages. So when the prices run up really quickly and everyone starts selling, that's when you start having a surplus on the market, and then the buyers pull their bid prices back down because they're getting more inventory than they can use. And the opposite thing happens when prices drop rapidly. So we saw this when silver was about $30 an ounce, and then it pulled back to about $20 an ounce in a very short amount of time. We saw so many people were running in to buy that there were actually national shortages where we had to try to call and get inventory in, and we were having a really hard time getting inventory from anywhere. So the metals, what are they going to do next? I don't know. I'm not going to predict it, but just be aware that the volatility is really what drives availability, and it drives the buyback prices on the metals. So we'll see what 2020 has to hold, and you can leave your comments and let me know if you're bullish on any of the metals coming up ahead. All right, I'm Ben the Coin Geek. Thanks for watching.